Welcome diecast fans, I'm Tom Spanners-Watson.
And I'm Frank the Gibbs.
And welcome to Group 7 and 8 of the Paw Justice Mustang Memorial.
And just by watching this video, you're helping us to help Paw Justice as we're giving all of the money we receive from these videos to Paw Justice.
Paw Justice are the voice for animals and they do everything they can to help protect them.
And that's why they're one of our favourite charities.
We'll be tallying the votes for last week's Best in Show, but there you got Grumpy Cloud and Arlo, they're the first two going through.
There you see the top 3 Mustangs so far, but on top of that, Marco Polo is also the fastest car on the track and he's got a great chance of winning the overall Speed Demon Award.
Taking a look at who's driving in group number 7, first up we've got Daddy G from G4 Diecast. His qualifying time was 14.722, that was pretty quick at the time, although now it's over 1.5 seconds slower than the leaders.
Morale Dan here qualifying at 18.485, that was a particularly slow time even for the initial drivers.
Now this stunning purple beast with the green windows is from Numbskull of Numbskull Racing. He qualified with a 15.562 time, but I think he's got a lot more left in him.
Yeah, that particular car looks like it's doing 100 miles an hour just standing still.
And the very last entry to arrive, it landed about 2 days before the competition started, is Shoddy from Shoddy's Diecast. And he had a very slow qualifying time there of almost 24 seconds.
To be fair, he'd pretty much climbed off the plane, so he was probably a bit jet lagged. Let's see if he can do a bit better today.
We've got Daddy G and Numbskull up in the front row, Morale down and Shoddy in the back. Numbskull gets into the side of Daddy G. Daddy G gets out in front, and Morale Dan making a run here. Daddy G.
How is Daddy G going so fast in reverse?
He's not fast enough as Morale Dan slips around him through that third corner. Daddy G crosses the line. Numbskull only just crossing ahead of Shoddy's Diecast there.
It looked like Numbskull tried to cut to the inside of Daddy G, but he just was nowhere near far enough away. Slammed into the side of him, and unfortunately that pushed him all the way to the back. But an amazingly clean drive from Morale Dan, and check this out, he just slips right by Daddy G through that last corner.
Some superb driving there from Morale Dan, coming from the back of the pack to slip by all 4 drivers to take the win.
And not only did he win, he also massively improved his qualifying time, pulling out a 14.868.
So Morale down there with an upset win takes it away from Daddy G, who picks up second place, Numbskull in third, and Shoddy's Diecast fourth.
Now this will be the last race we were running this type of rotation. We're going to go back to our original style where it's just a full anti-clockwise rotation so that you don't get stuck behind the same driver each time.
So Morale Dan leads them out of the tunnel. Shoddy's Diecast trying to get up. There's a big battle up front. Daddy G gets up on the sidewall. Morale Dan doing everything he can. He manages to get around Shoddy's Diecast. Beautiful drive there under all sorts of pressure, and he'll take a second win in a row. Daddy G comes flying through, and that's the only 2 that are going to finish.
While the 2 leaders were scampering, Daddy G had to hit his brakes hard. That threw him sideways into the wall, but he got it back under control and turned himself around. And Morale Dan putting Shoddy's Diecast under all sorts of pressure there until he finally found a gap and made it through. Shoddy stalled out, and luckily for Daddy G, he'd gone to the inside of the track. Daddy G goes around the outside, picks up second place.
So unfortunately, that's 0 points for Numbskull and Shoddy's there, but Morale Dan picking up 2 wins in a row. A little bit slower that time to 16.501.
There's still a maximum of 12 points up for grabs, so anybody could go through at this stage, but it's really going to come down to where they finish in this race.
Well, Morale Dan and Shoddy in the back row this time, so I think Morale's probably not going to win this one. Daddy G out quick. Numbskull gets up on the side somehow. Here goes Morale Dan around the outside of it. What an incredible drive there. He holds on to the lead. Can he make it all the way? He's going to take another win. That is 3 in a row. And then we've got Daddy G coming through. Shoddy's Diecast and Numbskull makes it down eventually.
Check this out in the first corner. Numbskull taps the back end of Daddy G's car, but then gets up on that sidewall on the inside somehow. I've never seen a car do that.
That was definitely unconventional to say the least.
As we take another look, he gets 2 wheels up on the sidewall, slams into the barrier, gets some air off the barrier. That's how hard he was going. But Morale Dan didn't get faced by any of that nonsense. He just concentrated on his own race, and a beautiful drive it was to pick up 3 races in a row. I don't know if he's got a 4th one in him though.
Well, it doesn't really matter because Daddy G and Morale Dan are going to be moving through. Neither Numbskull nor Shoddy have a chance to take it here, so really they're just racing for pride points at this stage.
Well, Morale Dan starting in the front inside lane. Next to him is Shoddy, and behind him Numbskull and Daddy G.
I don't think Morale Dan heard you because he is out for a 4th win here. Look at this, he is streaking away from the field. A huge speed boost off that second dog leg. He keeps it very clean through the last corner and runs on down for the win. The other drivers bunch up. They go side by side across the finish line and through the bus.
I think that bus driver might have been knocked unconscious because he's just driven into the Echo City sign. Oh, and the truck driver's just mowing him down out of the way as well.
I think that's just payback after the Outlaws race.
But a fantastic drive here from Morale Dan. He got a perfect line through that second dog leg, got a massive speed boost coming down from the top, and then gets some major air as he goes over the finish line. But what was up for these last 3 drivers?
It did look like they'd organised that to drive across across the line together.
We're going to need a different angle to see who came in where. So there goes Morale Dan. You see the bus minding his own business, driving up, and then the three drivers come flying down, but it's Shotty second, Daddy G third, and Numbskull fourth.
A totally dominant performance from Morale Dan. Not only did he pick up 4 wins in a row, which nobody's done before, but he also won that last race in a 13.416 time, which puts him second on the race leaderboard so far.
And in terms of the overall leaderboard, he's now sitting at number 3, proving he's here to race and not play around.
But you know who does like to play around?
Kitties do!
As do dogs and plenty of other pets out there, but unfortunately they're not always looked after like they should be. That's why we support Paw Justice.
You can help support Paw Justice too just by watching this video and sharing it with your friends, or you can go to pawjustice.co.nz/donate to make a one-off donation or even set up an ongoing donation.
Every little bit helps and we really appreciate the support. It's time for group number 8. Leading out, we've got Cortez from Black Raven Racing. He qualified with an 18.553 time.
And remember to stick around to the end so that you can vote for the best in show as well.
Next up is Jack Receiver from Jack John and Katie Racing. He posted a time of 16.288 during the time trials.
Next up is a driver that definitely supports Paw Justice, and that's Lily the dog from Lily's Boneyard, and she set a cracking time of 14.776.
And I love that she supports the charity so much, she's even got the logo on the bonnet of her car.
And finally, Marcus Figon, who was the only car in the entire field who didn't set a qualifying time because he had troubles with the track.
The drivers were only allowed to post one time. It was their first time they crossed the finish line, but they had up to 3 attempts, and unfortunately Marcus Figon couldn't get down the track at all.
Well, let's just hope he's either sorted it out or he's going to stay out of everybody's way this time.
Lily the dog stretching her legs here, gets into the lead. Cortez tucks in behind. Cortez tangles with Lily, but Lily gets away. She's going to back around the third corner and take the win.
That's because she's the goodest girl.
And here comes Cortez, Marcus Figon and Jack Receiver.
I wonder if we'll see a classic Lily the dog maneuver.
Well, I don't think she's going to roll over easy because she just posted a 14.024 time. That was super quick.
Especially after she got spun around like that.
So Figon finally gets down the track. He's in the front row, inside lane this time. Next to him is Jack Receiver. Behind them, Cortez and Lily the dog. For race number 2, Figon leads him out this time. Jack Receiver slips into second place ahead of Cortez. Cortez comes back, but he bounces off the wall. Lily the dog challenging now against Marcus Figon. Lily applying all sorts of pressure to Marcus Figon. Figon holds his nerve and takes the win. Lily a very close second. Jack Receiver comes in third, and it looks like we've lost Cortez.
Just have a look at how far back Lily the dog is here, but as they go into Bogan Alley, she punches her way right past Jack Receiver, muscles past Cortez, who stalls out, and then she makes a huge big challenge on Marcus Figon here, and she's giving him the old dog greeting with her nose right up his butt.
No, Frank, no.
Well, I'm just saying that's how dogs say hello.
So another great drive there from Lily the dog, not able to pick up the win, but still leading the pack so far. 10 points with Marcus Figon in second on 8, but it's still anybody's race at this stage as the drivers rotate around. Lily the dog takes the inside front lane, Cortez next to her, then Marcus Figon and Jack Receiver in the back row.
Livy's been proving how quick she is, and now she's starting from the inside front. Let's see if she gets the zoomies.
Well, she's just taken the rubber toe line through the first corner, a perfect line through the second dog leg.
Well, technically that's the Lily leg, right?
A nice line into that third corner, slingshots out, takes the winner, takes out the billboard. Oh, and the truck's gone down. This is an absolute mess at the finish line, but what a run from Lily the dog.
Marcus and Jack hanging out with a container truck, and oh, look out, Lily, here comes the fed-up truck.
I think Lily was trying to check out her time because she was absolutely flying, and then the other two hit the container truck there.
And that fed-up truck looks like he may be trying to assist Lily the dog because she's stuck on that barrier there. Yeah, look, he just comes along, gives her a nice gentle nudge, moves it back into the middle of the track so she can carry on racing.
I'm not sure that's quite what happened, but look at that time of 13.093. That is incredible.
Wowzers, what a superb run from Lily the dog. That puts her in second place for the Speed Demon Award, only a fraction behind Marco Polo, and overall she's only just behind Rubber Toe and currently number 3 in the overall lap time leaderboard.
Now, I'm suspecting that Marcus Figon was actually playing possum during the time trials, not wanting to show his hand early, because he has smoked the field here a number of times.
Marcus and Lily have absolutely mopped the floor in this group, and both of them will be moving on to the next round.
Well, it looks like Marcus wants another win here. He's looking good. Nice line through that second dog leg. He is absolutely flying as well. Gets a drift through the third corner and will take the win. As we go back to find the others, we've got Jack Receiver blocking Lily the dog, and the 3 drivers just crawl across the finish line there.
Now look at this, Lily again was way in the back here, as Marcus Firegon flies on through, but Lily catches up to Cortez and Jack Receiver, and then Jack just starts to mercilessly block poor Lily. I don't know why.
Yeah, Lily definitely had the speed there to easily take out second place, but unfortunately she kept getting slowed down by Jack Receiver, and he slows it down again in that final straight. They almost came to a complete stop, but luckily Cortez slammed into them, got everybody moving again.
I've got to say, it seems particularly wrong that Lily the dog gets held up in a Paw Justice race by someone trying to push her into the wall.
I'm sure it's nothing personal. Well, Lily the dog and Marcus Firegon tied on 18 points, and Marcus Firegon posted his 13.669 in that last race.
That is almost exactly the same time as Vagabond.
Well, after a terrible start for Marcus Firegon, I'm glad he's got it sorted.
And how about that incredible run from Lily the dog? Wasn't that amazing?
Yeah, she definitely got the zoomies on that one.
And because she's so close to Marco Polo's time, it could be anybody's race, and they both get more races as well.
Now, you may have noticed we're only showing the top 3 times now, both in the tournament and the overall leaderboard. That's because that's what was voted for by our members. If you want to be a member, check out the link in the description.
And a big shout out to our newest members, Ben Kendrick, Gordon Kane, Feral Mods, and Mark Joseph Loho.
Members get all sorts of goodies, including some amazing behind-the-scenes footage.
And remember to vote for your favourite for the Best in Show award.
The Best in Show is purely a viewer's choice award, so it doesn't matter how they did, whether they made it through or not. Just leave us a comment with their name. So Daddy G, Morale Dan, Numbskull, Shotties, Cortez, Jack Receiver, Lily the Dog, or Marcus Firegon, and the winner of this week will go on to the next round.
And while you're doing all that, we'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button if you've enjoyed it, and why not subscribe if you haven't already.
Alright, that's enough from us tonight. Thanks very much for watching. I'm Tom Spanners Watson, he's Frank the Guru Gibbs. We look forward to seeing you next time.